boom, that normal playing guide. Hey, guess what? Videos. Right, so Easy 8 out today, 31st of July, woohoo. So they're out, they're brilliant. I'll do them now on release day, because why not? So there's two. There's the Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then there's this guy, which is the Ultra Instinct standalone Goku. So this will be brilliant. One video for each, we can touch in. This could be perhaps one of the best rotations ever, alongside this guy, who is legitimately also very good, and has also had a very recent Easy A. In fact, just before the anniversary on the 3rd of July. So let's have a look at prior. When this unit came out, busted, right? Can dodge the super attack, 50% chance to crit. Ridiculous, right? Had the revive mechanic, so first time ever. So let's see what we do with this. So what, 150%, 70% chance to super. More importantly, after you super, you got that additional defensive buff, which just about held you in. You have a 30% chance to do an additional super. If it happened, you were guaranteed the crit because this stacked. So that was really, really nice. And you had the revive. If you were under 50% HP and taken out, you pretty much came back. And then, of course, you have it between him and the Vegeta, and you would basically, well, be okay. Now, as you can see, the passive has doubled, and I'm seeing the number 77 a lot. Let's have a look. So previously, the active skill then, I doubt this has changed, 50% or more HP from the 4th turn. But more importantly, the super attack effects, they just had a 50% chance to crit, and that was basically it. So we shall now see what we got. Flat out 180%. I don't think that was actually any different. Oh yeah, okay. So it rounded out from 170 to 180. So that's nice. Very good for Miraculous Awakening, really, because he's realistically the only decent lead. But yeah. Anyway, 200% to stats, which is nice. An additional attack and defense 77% when you're over that amount. Okay, so that's nice. Key +7. Oof. And evades all attacks for your first turn. You're guaranteed to evade everything from your first turn. That's nice, because that just pretty much ensures you cannot be taken down, at least by this guy. So wherever there's a dodge available, then this unit will crush. 77% chance of an additional super attack. You might laugh, but having that extra 7% really makes a difference. I'm going to round up here and say it's closer to 80%, because there is a difference. Because then you go from, you're going from like 4 and 5 rather than 3 and 4. So your chances are substantially improved. We have a 77% chance to dodge. Okay, that's nice. Again, seriously, the difference in 7% is going to be really nice. You will see that much more. You have a chance to dodge +7% within the same turn with each attack evaded, including super attack. So you start off with 77% chance. So you dodge once, that's 84%. You dodge twice, that's 91%. So it takes you, one dodge over 80, two dodge, touching 90% with two dodges. And so 3 essentially is guaranteed dodge. That's pretty insane, because chances are you will have that. And in fact, it's nice because you're guaranteed dodge from turn 1, and then obviously turn 2 onwards is really nice. In essence, it's going to be very difficult. If the enemy doesn't get you in that first hit, they ain't going to get you from the rest, because the chances of them to hit you go from reasonable to, what was it? So then, you'd be over 84%. You'd be at 84%, which means then they're at 15%, not 16%. And then it's just not going to happen, because then you'll be at 91% and then be less than 10% to hit you. It's really good. You build up ki up to a lot. And deep. Whoa, okay. So you're not instead of just instead of the one attack giving you 30%, 150%. So you need to build up 5 times. So with those 5 times, you will quite obviously at some point you'll have that. You'll be able to dodge. Well, indefinite dodge. But of course, you'd be building up a tremendous amount of defense should you actually get hit, which is nice. This appears to be, this isn't like turn on turn. This is just a thing. You could just get an extra 150%. That actually matters because this has improved, period. Now, this is not really taken into consideration until afterwards. So this massively affects this, but this is a multiplier of both those two because that only takes effect then. Big attack, 77%. Guaranteed crit when you're doing the active skill or when your key is 24. Feel like it's not going to be too difficult to get 24 key because he comes out with 7 key for the first turn and then he builds it up. So depending on how many Rainbow Warp changes there are, at some point you're going to hit 24 key. That's 10 key. That's really nice. By this point, you'll obviously be able to auto super. So if you are 77% or less from your attacking turn, okay, that's good. So you revive from 77% or less. So rather than 50%, and you recover with that. That's insane. 77% or less HP, and then you get to... So you're guaranteed to dodge. This guy isn't going to get you killed. You ain't going to be taken out with him. But if slot 2 and 3, you get taken out, this guy will keep you revived. Period. You got to start the turn with that amount. So if you had him on the second rotation, or even the third rotation, that could be a thing. You could get hit big time, barely survive, and then you could just intentionally die and come back again. That he's going to save lives. I mean, it's once only. So if you had two, you have two. It's 2 sensor beams, basically, isn't it? So choose your rotations wisely. So you get an additional 7 key, mega amount, so 77% on top of your stats when the revival is activated, or anyone else's revival skill for that matter of fact. So that's nice. So if you had 2, this one will get the revival on the next rotation because it would skip a rotation. This guy then would have an additional... He's going to hit redonkulously hard because he's going to have these crits built in and he's going to have all these extra attack and he's going to have this because you'll have that specifically. That's why there's that number. Evades enemy attack within the next attacking turn. So you're guaranteed to... So you have twice that you can dodge guaranteed everything. So once on your first turn and once on the next turn when you revive. So that's really good. Super attack effect. By the way, this hasn't changed, so that's nice. Super attack effect. Greatly raise attack. Okay, high chance to crit. Allies chance to crit by 7. Okay, so that's nothing. Okay, but you get a little extra attack. 18 key massively raises attack. Okay, so that's nice. So again, I suppose he doesn't need defense in there because he's got all this dodge, and where applicable. But obviously, you wouldn't use him in the Broly event because in Red Zone Broly because he'd just get crushed because he's type. Not only is he type disadvantage, but it's just he can't dodge on that, so he's just going to get slapped up. But all this. He is going to hit insanely hard. Seriously, 55%. 17,000 attack at 55%. He's quite consistently going to do 10 million. And I reckon it will be easy 10 million plus when your HP is over this. If you fall below, I reckon you're not quite doing 10 million. For those who are 90% or more, I would wager you're going to be doing 20 million. Maybe 18 million, 17 million threshold. And then probably about 10 million when you get... maybe just over still when you fall below this. He is insane. Jesus. Obviously, this is a dominant rotation for this. Because this guy, he still is only a short haul event. It's 8 turns. Because he has his 70% chance. But he only got up until turn 8. Or rather, it's his 8th turn from then. Right? From then on, it's 50%. It's not strictly so bad because he has somewhat of both of them combined. Like he has pre-easy A Ultra Instinct and then his own. Because he gets this for when he evades. So he gets that dodge, and that's fine. He also builds up as well. He builds up stats, which is really nice. Attack, defense, key, you name it. So that's really nice. So again, dodge is really good. He has a great amount of defense potentially built in. So that's really nice. Both of them are not going to be slowed down by enemy typings. So feel free to just hit whoever you want. So that's really nice. He is going to be underrated. Now, he obviously, what's his attack stat actually? 19,400. Now, okay, let's have a look. So 19,400 and this guy has 17,700. So they're basically the same. The only real difference is he's going to have a little less start of turn stats and he's not going to have quite as much. I mean, he's got this. That will be the same as 77% or more. This 77% only, well, actually, that will be the equivalent of this. So, pound for pound, this guy is not going to be that great until he's built up. But when he's built up quickly, then realistically, pound for pound, they ain't really too shabby. Because I've used this guy, and I can quite easily get a 20 plus million attack stat fully built up. He is just that good. And the fact that he can greatly raise attack as well on top of this, and the fact that you can get this from an additional one. So if you had another one on slot 3 for the previous turn, it applies. So he is really, really powerful. They're just going to be dodging left, right, and centre. Obviously, I presume you'd lead with him, with his guaranteed dodge, and the fact that he has slightly higher dodge chance. So you lead with him, and then this guy can mop up the rest, no doubt. It's going to be insane, seriously. Okay, links and how do you build? Well, you don't go dodge, and you don't go crit. So that just leaves additional. So it is pure additional. You could potentially choose a little bit of crit in there, maybe. I don't think he's got it in his passive. No, he's not actually got anything. Oh no, he's guaranteed. You see, basically, you have to. There are some where you have to choose one or the other. I suppose in this case, cars off his dodge. You don't need it. You could just go for crit, but mainly additional is probably how you would do this. Probably is how you would do it. Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, a really nice combination, fairly easy to get, and they give 4 key, but this one, 3 key for Tournament of Power. Realistically, you'll have a unit that's going to have that, so you're going to have 7 key. Bear in mind, you're going to have 7 key from the first turn, and then you're going to build up, and you're going to have the 6 for the 6 for the category lead. So again, I don't think it's going to be too terribly difficult to get 24 key, which could be really good. So what about the rest of the links? So Godly Power is going to be a real easy one. That's additional attack. Kamehameha is going to be an easy one. That's plenty of attack. Dude, it's just key and attack. What? Yeah, no, seriously. Key and attack. He's going to, like, Rainbow 90%. He's going to be hitting like 20 million. But even at 55, he's just going to be dominating. And if you had these links at max or anywhere near max, yeesh, it's just going to be crushing. So the best partners, obviously UI Goku triggering all the key links, which is really nice. And then, of course, you're going to have plenty of attack links. The alternate Easy A, you're going to be triggering some of the key links, but more importantly, tons of attack. These also Tournament of Power. So, and you got no key links, well, outside Tournament of Power, which is a key link point between all of these. This is what holds the team down together, no doubt. So again, plenty of attack. This guy, okay, so a little spoiler, they're ramping up. As expected, we're going to get an additional part to every single celebration. They're squishing this one on top of our anniversary rather than squishing this one onto the next. It makes no difference, but they're going to ramp this up. And when this guy does, again, you got key links and you still got tons of attack. And it's the Tournament of Power link. And you look at the top 15 people, it's Tournament of Power, which is absolutely bonkers. Teams, Some of the ones I like to highlight are the weakest ones. So we're talking Earthbred, Accelerated, Battle of Fate, Legendary Existence, Miraculous Awakening. Could be really nice. The rest, I mean, he's incredibly powerful. So you could easily stack him on any one of these. I feel like you could put him on, you could put him on Super Bosses, and you could put him on Terrifying Conquerors, and you could put him on the Ginyu Force, and he would still crush because of his dodge. He just would. But yeah, so that's it. I'm not going to go on too long. I need to cut these down. But yes, it's going to be additionals all the way, just so you can just hurt the enemy. He's got virtually infinite dodge. His only weakness is events where you can't dodge. There are a few high level events, like I say, Red Zone Broly, and I'm sure there's another one I can't remember where dodge is cancelled. But like outside of those few, yeah, he's just gonna annihilate. In fact, these both will. So if you have these, brilliant. I mean, like chances are people have got this, and depending on how your summons went, chances are you pulled this guy more than the main new unit. So you may have actually got this guy recently. So if you do, well, don't be disappointed. He's definitely better than Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan is a bit mid, and the Gammas are good. But so this guy's going to be great. But anyway, yes. On to the next one, which is Vegeta. Thank you very much for watching. And if you like this video, good for you. But if you don't, well, it sucks to be you. But anyway, thank you, and bye bye.